Welcome to the Mamas at Work podcast with your host, me, Heather Rose. I'm so excited you're here and I hope you're ready to learn because I have some amazing women coming on to this podcast to talk all about entrepreneurship and being a mom and how we handle it all and juggle it all and maybe even balance. I love to talk about people's passions and find out what makes them excited about what they do and hopefully help the rest of us feel not so alone. So let's get going. All right. Happy November, my amazing mamas at work. I'm so excited to have you here, and I hope you're listening because this has been quite the month for me. It's been really good and stressful, and well, I was actually sick for most of it. Most of my family was. We got all kinds of bugs. I don't even know. I feel like I got 4 different things all in a row, which, I'm still recovering from one of them right now, so you can probably hear it in my voice. But anyway, when this airs, yesterday will have been Thanksgiving. So, I really enjoy Thanksgiving. I love food, so, it's like the perfect holiday for me. But yeah, honestly, that is like my favorite part. I love getting together with family too, and with my own family and with my husband's family, we're all very close. So it's not like a weird thing that we're all together, and it's usually not stressful. Because we all really get along and we all really love each other. So unless there's, outside things going on, then it's just, a good relaxing time for us to all just get together and eat a lot of food. So it's just a good time always. And I'm really looking forward to it because this obviously is being recorded before Thanksgiving because I am not doing that the day afterwards when we're all kind of comatose from turkey and pie. But this month has made me realize how often I actually make excuses for myself. For, those of you that know me personally, I have started to go to therapy just because I felt like I needed it, I just needed some... Sorry, my kiddos are home for Thanksgiving break, and so they are, if you hear stuff in the background, that's just them. Because I don't like to make them, be quiet, mommy's doing something. Anyway, that was part of it. I make excuses for myself with that because for a while I was like, maybe I'll just, skip my personal episode this month because I didn't record it before they were off of their Thanksgiving break. But no, this, I keep telling my guests, if there's any podcast that you can be chill about your kids maybe be in the background of, it's this one because it's literally mamas at work. This is life. This is what we do. And I didn't have the time or really the energy from being so sick for so long, to record this before now. And so here I am, this is my life, everybody. But yeah, so making, excuses in that way. And also, when I was sick for so long, of course, and because oh man, when I'm sick, my brain can't focus on anything else besides pain. And I don't know, I tend to not want to just pop pain pills, not pop, but take medication all the time. I don't know why I do that, but I just don't take pain medication a whole lot. And so, I think it's because I want to feel everything, because I want to feel when I'm actually feeling better. Because when I feel sick and I take pain medication and I feel better, then I will do stuff. But then doing stuff will cause my body to, not be able to heal fast enough. So I just don't like taking pain pills because it tricks me into, I'm fine. Let's get up and clean the house for some ridiculous reason. So I don't do that very often. And so I feel it all. And yeah, and it's really hard for me to focus. It's really hard for me to to do anything but, the bare minimum. I mean, because I do have clients that I work for, and so I still will do the work. It's best when it's work that I don't have to, get up and do something like this or talk to anybody on a video chat or anything like that. When it's just work, I can just kind of put my head down and do it. I can do that while I'm sick, but this kind of work is a little bit more difficult for me. But that is just another excuse because I am feeling a lot better today. I just have congestion because, it's the congestion that just never goes away. So there's that. I do get very bad period cramps, which apparently, decide to not go away throughout my entire cycle. So that's fun, but that's another excuse. If I had a big day the day before, I had to go down to Denver for an event, or, there's all kinds of things that I give myself these excuses with, and I'm kind of tired of it because I don't get anywhere. And there's, of course, I need to give myself breaks when I need breaks, which I do. When I'm sick, that's part of me not taking pain medication is I need to know what my body's going through, so I do take a break. And, there's a difference between understanding that your body needs a break and listening to it and not acting out of fear that it won't be good. Because I've been realizing something about myself. I thought I was always lazy. I always thought that I would just procrastinate until the last minute and just not do anything. But I'm realizing more and more that I don't know if I would call myself a perfectionist because that just doesn't align with who I am. Nothing I do is perfect. And that's good. But I mean, I might be a tiny bit or have that inclination because when I set out to do something, my brain just goes, it's not going to be good enough. And you need to do more research. You need to, spend some more time thinking about it before you do. And I do that so much. And I'm kind of tired of it. And not that I want to change who I am, because that is how my brain works. But also, I have noticed in the past when I do kind of jump into something, I give myself the time to think about it and recognize, what I want to do. But when I do actually finally just take that leap, take that step, even not even a leap, just a step, just go for it, that amazing things happen. And I'm always surprised by how they come out because I didn't give myself, the allotted, months worth of time to think about this small thing. And I just think I don't know if any of you that are listening are like that, but I want you to be able to pay attention to how you're handling things. Are you putting something off because you're afraid it won't be perfect? Or do you actually need the time to relax or do more research or anything like that? Do you really need that? Or have you done the work? Have you done that research and you are rested and you're ready to go to the next step, but you're scared? Because I feel that way all the time. I feel scared of a lot of things and I don't want to be anymore. And it's kind of interesting that this has come to me in November. I have a very cyclical kind of way of thinking. November and December, I start to really hunker down and get cozy and not think about the next step, not think about the next, I don't even start to think about New Year's resolutions or goals or anything like that. I'm like, okay, whatever I did this year, that's good. Now let's just sit and relax. And I had a lot of time to just sit over the summer because I was depressed. And I'm ready to actually do things, which is good. And I want to encourage all of you mamas that if there is something that you have wanted to do this year that maybe you're just worried that you haven't done your research, you haven't done the work. Maybe you think it will, take too much time away from holiday time, which I completely understand because this is a crazy time of year for all of us. Even if, even if your families aren't ridiculously close like mine is, you still do have a lot of things going on. And as mamas, we have even, that added level as well. But what about something that just you want to do? Just for you, for your business, for your personal life, for anything like that. Is there something that you had wanted to try this year? And I mean, we're getting close to the end of the year. Maybe we should be thinking about the upcoming resolutions, but also be looking back at the resolutions from this year and giving ourselves a lot of grace because this is another tough year, right? 2022. It's still been rough. But is there anything that you can do that you had wanted to do really badly? Maybe it's a good thing to start thinking about that at this time of year, because this time of year we can also start to get excited about the next year and be like, oh man, it's a fresh start, right? We always want that fresh start. I don't know why. I always do. Every day, every week, every month, I have that like, okay, it's Monday. Okay, it's the 1st. Okay, it's 8 a.m. and I have a fresh start to try something new. So what have you been wanting to try this year that you haven't yet? I would love to hear from you, and I would love to talk to you about it. So please come find me. I am everywhere on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok even. I'm starting to make TikToks. How weird is that? That was something fun this year that I didn't know was going to happen. I thought I was way too old to be on TikTok. But that has been a blast. So I'm Heather Rose Virtual, pretty much everywhere on TikTok. I am Heather Rose Bud, but I'm actually going to be changing a little bit because I'm realizing the kind of people that I want to work with and everything. So I will keep you posted on that, but come talk to me because it can be really hard to get out of that rut, and I would love to help you. But thank you so much for listening. I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving and are looking forward to an even better December and Christmas time and then New Year's. So let's stop procrastinating. Let's stop doubting ourselves and wanting everything to be perfect, and let's just do. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I love you, mamas. Thank you for joining me for today's Mamas at Work podcast. I am so glad you were here, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did and learned a lot, because I know I always do. Please join me at my Mamas at Work Facebook group, where we will be talking about the women that are on this podcast, and you can sign up to be a guest on the podcast as well if you would like to. Thank you so much. See you next Friday.